Okay, so let's jump right in. Forever, we've been trying to figure out one of the biggest puzzles there is, the human mind. And to wrap our heads around it, we use metaphors. We're going to break down two really powerful ones, a classic view versus a pretty radical new idea, and see how they both try to solve a fundamental mystery about how we think.
And that mystery is this. How does all the chaotic noise of the world, the light, the sound, all the sensations, how does that turn into a simple, clear idea in your head, like apple? This is what's known as the grounding problem, and it's really the core question we're looking at today.
All right, so let's start with the old school answer to this mystery, the model that's pretty much dominated how we've thought about this for a very, very long time.
People often call this the container metaphor, and the idea is actually pretty simple. You picture your brain as this super powerful computer, totally locked away inside the container of your skull. And your body, well, it's just hardware that plugs in. Basically, a simple device for getting information in and putting commands out.
So let's take a closer look at how this mind as a computer idea is supposed to work. It actually lays out a very neat, very tidy process for how thinking happens. It's this clean, three-step cycle. First, you sense stuff. Your eyes see something, your hands touch something. Second, all that data gets zapped up to the brain, which does all the heavy lifting, all the abstract thinking, completely on its own. And then third, the brain shoots commands back down to the body telling it what to do. Sense, plan, act. See? It's like a little assembly line for thought.
But here's the thing. For all of its tidiness, this whole model has a massive, glaring hole in its logic. It's got a crack running right through its foundation.
So here's the problem in a nutshell. This computer model just kind of assumes you already have the basic building blocks of thought, the concepts of red or round or smooth. It never actually explains how the raw, messy experience of seeing the color red gets grounded into the actual idea of red. It just skips right over the most important step.
So you can imagine this huge flaw led to a total paradigm shift, a revolution really, in how scientists started to look at the mind.
This new way of thinking is called grounded cognition, and its main goal is to just completely tear down that wall between the mind and the body. So forget the lonely computer in a skull. Instead, I want you to picture an interactive dance, a constant flowing exchange between your brain, your body, and the world around you.
And this is the absolute key. That neat little sense, plan, act cycle, it's a myth. In reality, sensing, thinking, and acting are all tangled up together. They're all happening at once, constantly influencing each other in this continuous feedback loop. Thinking isn't some sterile, abstract thing. It's physically shaped by having a body that moves and feels.
This new model really stands on a few core ideas. First, thinking is embodied. The mind works through the body, not just inside the brain. Second, it's an interactive loop, not a one-way street. And third, and this is the big one, this is what solves the mystery. It directly links our abstract ideas back to real physical sensory experiences.
Okay, so let's really put these two views of thought right next to each other so we can see just how different they are.
So on one side, you've got the computer in a skull, this isolated processor, totally cut off from everything. And on the other, you have a body in the world, a mind that's completely integrated into this dynamic system of brain, body, and environment. I mean, the core ideas couldn't be more opposite. Just look at how they stack up. In the computer view, what's the body's role? It's just a peripheral, like a keyboard or a mouse. But in the grounded view, the body's an essential part of thinking itself. How about concepts? In the old model, they're just abstract, disembodied symbols, like lines of code. In the new one, they're basically echoes of real actions and sensations. And the big one, the grounding problem, one model just pretends it doesn't exist, the other one actually solves it. So, you might be asking, why does any of this matter outside of a science lab? Well, because this whole debate forces us to completely rethink what we even mean by the word intelligence. And here's the big takeaway. Our intelligence, human intelligence, it's not like a piece of software you could just download onto any computer. Our ability to understand, to reason, to have ideas in the first place is fundamentally shaped by the simple fact that we have bodies that move and feel and interact with the physical world. There's a quote that just captures the essence of this whole idea perfectly. To be a thinker is first and foremost to be a body in the world. It's that simple and that profound.
And that leaves us with a really big question, especially for today. We're building these amazing AIs that can use language in incredible ways, but they don't have bodies. They've never felt anything.
So, if our own understanding is grounded in something as basic as the feeling of the sun on our skin, what can an AI that has never had a single physical experience ever really truly understand? It's definitely something to think about.